Long time no see, Raguna. Can you smell that? Sweet old Margarita's restaurant. Come on! Let's go stuff our faces already.
Let's take care of important matters first. You'll eat well soon.
Yeah, I know. We're here. I still can't believe Tethys couldn't unlock the Sentinel's relic we found in Septimon.
At least now we know it's called a civilization capsule. It probably holds key legacy data left behind.
Like some ancient data recorder, right? But Tethys said to unlock it, we'll need the Leviathan's power. If it's really from the Sentinel, why do we need the Threnodian's power for that?
Maybe because they fused together at some point.
Oh, well, guess that's why we need a fight. The Black Shore is warned that the waters in Raguna are acting weird again. Gotta be extra careful. And you know, something feels off in the city, too. It's not as cheerful as when we left it. Since when did you get all poetic?
Amid howling winds, rising storms, and ghosts adrift, I heard the captain's call.
Look! Over there! Isn't that Brant and Rachia? Wow! The troop of fools is putting on a show!
Hoist the sails, O humanity! The abyss and the summit have entwined. You stand on the precipice. Now is the hour to decide your fate, to plant the seed of your highest hope, and watch it bloom.
Captain, why do you burn alone in your own flames?
If you do not first become ashes, how will you rebuild? Embrace your fire. Embrace your grief. Go into your solitude. I love those who dare to create, who strive to transcend. For in doing so, their old selves are destroyed. Yes, so they might reach the shores of a new life.
To journey onward is perilous. To stand still is perilous. To look back is also perilous. To tremble and falter is perilous. Now, I begin to understand what truly makes a hero great. It is to stand before humanity's deepest sorrow and its highest hope.
Oh, how I love those whose souls remain rich and vast, even when wounded, even when the smallest risk could spell doom. They leap without. Should you stand alone, suffering in the endless dark? Today, may you hold fast to every last ember of...
Life is but a walking shadow, a poor player who struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by fools, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Where am I? That was Christophora's voice just now. Is this another one of his illusions? Buling's bronze mirror isn't responding. Abby. No answer. This isn't like what happened.
Amid the endless cycle of surging tides, she plunges into fate's swirling. Soon, she will wear a new crown. Her fate was written long ago. What you see before you, and now, with every step you take, you stir. Is it fate that rules over man? I await your answer to
this ascension. These tacit discords. Why aren't they attacking?
Ah, Ninja. Open the gates of paradise for us.
You better leave. This place isn't leading to any salvation. Leviathan, I will deliver you her death.
Rover! Rover?
We could try this. Nightmare Awakener.
Huh, you're finally awake. 1 second I'm fine, the next, my head's spinning. And you're face down on the ground.
I'm fine.
Sounds like the same thing happening to the... From what I've heard, many Raganesi have been having peculiar dreams. The details vary, but they all end the same way. And it's not just in Dreamland either. Rover, I'm not sure if you... Even in Septimont, folks claim they've seen tacit discords not of this land in the wilds.
Thanks to all these oddities, the mood and the troupe performed today because Brant thought a new play to lighten the mood.
But here's the odd part. Only Renacidans seem to be having these dreams. Visitors are spared. The same should be true of you.
Well, not Brant or me, but someone.
Tacit discords in the stormy sea. We'll keep gathering intel on Renacida's tides don't lie.
What were those tacit discords whispering about? The gates, the only harbinger of the dark tide is Fenrico. But that figure I saw in Cardathia's murder. I came back to find her. So I should look for... Wind, guide me. Is that Cantarella up ahead?
Rover, what brings you?
Something's come up. Did something...
I've only just arrived. For now, everything appears to be... There are matters I, too, need to discuss.
Cantarella?
How could this happen?
That woman.
Leviathan, I will deliver you her death.
Why does this scene map... Her tacit mark. Look, it's flickering.
No. Something's wrong. It's strange. I can't sense any frequency from her. She is still resonating with something.
A resonator's frequency is usually gone when they die, right?
There's something even stranger. The inverted tower itself is a sealed sonoro. Only the Physalia, and she broke through the stained glass from the outside. There's something even stranger. Cartathea had her sword in hand. With her strength.
The Sword of Divinity, sealed with a portion of the Sentinel's power. Could what we're...
There's something even stranger. Spent casings. These traces.
You bet they are. I'd know that stench anywhere. And I caught the same frequency on that freak who jumped.
There's something even stranger. Cantarella, you never did get to say what brought you here.
Cartathea reached out to me with an urgent matter to discuss. She gave no details, only insisting with the strange phenomena stirring across Raguna.
Was what I saw really just that woman? She was using dark, whatever the case.
Leave Cartathea to me. I'll bring her back to the Physalia estate.
This nose, I could track the dark tide blindfold. That's weird. The trail ends here, but... my head's starting to spin again.
It's the dark tide's energy messing with you again. You can rest. I'll search the area. Abby. Asleep already. That drowsiness should have worn off. Since leaving the inverted tower.
Spear of glory! Pierce through! slipped away again. By this spear, I vow to protect my allies and crush the hearts.
Avidius?
What any gladiator of Septimont is but you, Your Grace. You vanished without a word. What brings you back in such a hurry? That's a long story.
No. I'm tracking someone else.
Silver hair and violet eyes, cloaked in cursed shadow-lit flame. So you seek...
Discord Slayer.
Yes, she's on my radar. I suspect the recent tacit Discord outbreak in Raguna City. Your Grace hasn't heard. I had gone there in search of the Quill Bearer. While gathering information, the city was suddenly overrun. To be precise, they looked more like spawn of the Dark Tide. The outbreak has since been contained, but the Genesis Nexus was damaged. Without it, common echoes can't be used, and Raguna is no... The Montellis and the Order agreed to evacuate all civilians to Alvarado Vault, where private echoes can still be deployed. It's the only way to...
A TD outbreak. Right after I left. But while I was there...
The Thundering Mephis has fled! The path ahead is safe.
Thank you for your help, Gladiator. Alvarado Vault isn't far from here. We can handle the rest.
Now, about the Discord Slayer you seek. She may call herself that, but witnesses have seen her alongside swarms of tacit discords. What's more, many have confirmed that the unrest across Raguna coincides I even crossed paths with her on the road to Raguna. I sensed a malicious frequency. Of course. Even if she didn't cause the outbreak in Raguna, the Dark Tide is Rinasita's ancient enemy. If you're hunting her...
Do you have any leads on her?
If I'm correct, the Thundering Mephis we encountered is also... We can track it.
An anchor stone. You brought that all the...
A habit picked up on the hunt. Looks like I'm fortunate to be hunting alongside you. Take note. Enemies ahead. Dark Tide creations. Grant them the oblivion they deserve.
Last chance.
List of slaps.
Hopefully this helps.
What a hollow...
You mentioned you left Tetragon Temple to search for...
I grew weary of waiting. Well, no trace of him yet. But I've learned this much. The Ragunesi know not my name, past, nor the prophecy I once carried. If my former existence was just a fabrication, and then perhaps here in Raguna I am free to write my own story. This matters more than finding him. I will break free from his narrative.
Your fate is what you want it to be. No one else could decide who you are. No one has the right to dismiss your efforts and dreams with some absurd idea of destiny.
You honor me.
The anchor stone is holding strong. Let's push forward. Our destination is up ahead. Is that an entrance to a paradigm? Raguna's geographical records haven't documented this. Do you feel that? That ominous energy? Huh. The anchor stone can... Very well.
What happened? Where's Avidius? Crossed inside at the same time. It's the thundering Memphis.
Open the gates.
So you just ran away without thinking.
That voice. Discord Slayer. Is this her trap? Another illusion.
Focus. You are in an illusion. It's weaponizing your combat instincts. Steady your resolve. Do not let its whispers sway you.
Pain and hallucinations are fading. Is she helping me?
Good. See that cocoon in the center? The thundering menace is just there. That right there is the core of this domain. Destroy it. Then the monster and this illusion will unravel together.
I am the Tempest! Wind rises! The wicked will face judgment! Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this helps. The slashes. One more time. Annihilation! The wicked will face judgment! Waves rise. Judgment strikes! Wind rises! Judgment! Keep it together. Last chance. Hopefully this helps. Wind howls. Unfettered by bounds! Who are you?
Now is not the time for stories, but I'll tell you this. I'm here to kill the harp.
I can't hear her voice anymore.
Rover! Are you unharmed?
I'm fine.
The thundering Mephis was nowhere in sight. I couldn't see his face clearly, but I heard him call himself. Caligula was a tyrant feared throughout Septimon's history. Legends say he wielded a vile black resonance energy, and the worst calamities, he didn't fight it. He embraced it, but not before he left a curse. I shall become the very history.
The power to command the Dark Tide's creations. That Discord Slayer said she's hunting the Harbinger to stop a greater calamity. She pulled me from the illusion. This isn't making sense.
Rover, the Anchor Stone is useless now.
Augusta said the Dark Tide spoke to her when it swallowed her whole. My telepathic ability should give
Telepathy? Your Grace is versed in many arts. I don't doubt you. I don't want to see another tragedy like what befell Septimon.
We're falling behind. I'm not letting any lead slip. I can't focus.
Okay, everybody listen. The prototype echoes.
Those voices. They're in Alvarado Vault.
It's currently sheltered.
Let's not waste time.
Zani, status.
80% of Ragu, but
Trust them to see it.
Miss Carlotta, we've cleared the depositories as all.
Good. Renacita's greatest treasure is always.
Understood, ma'am.
Rover! If you mean the incident in Laguna, you've likely already had.
evacuation here is still on track. Your assistance is appreciated, Seravidius. The residents from.
I am simply fulfilling.
Strange. I clearly sensed.
Gunfire!
These tide spawn. They've evolved fast. Mutation? Or... And sure enough.
Entering a restricted zone armed without triggering a single alarm.
Be careful. Her abilities are not normal.
All this by her hand.
Fiction and reality are starting to blur. Don't put your faith in appearances. That is what they really are.
The Dark Tide can corrupt, and you carry its power. What proof?
You don't. Believe.
By the sacred statues of the divinity, evil shall know no peace. Galbrenna, demon wrought from ruin.
Enrico?
You have slaughtered my flock and ushered in. You should be howling in the Styx depths, your soul aflame in the pit's cruelest fire.
If you're offering me a shortcut back to hell, I don't...
Your heart holds no reverence for the divine. Demon, your sins are ripe for judgment. By the highest will's command, I shall strike down all that you have wrought. Justice shall be done.
She could have dodged that. But she took the hit to shield a civilian. And Fenrico. He knew innocents were here, but didn't hold back at all.
Righteous one, I come to... Rinascita teeters on the edge of collapse. Now the path to deliverance lies within the civilization capsule. Entrust it to me. By the authority...
Unless... you're not...
Bloodshed cannot. My goal is pure, singular. All I've done so Rinascita survives the divine reckoning and rises as a land free from sorrow. No understanding is needed. Hand over the civilization.
So, the civilization capsule is your goal?
Death is the fruit of transgression. To resist it...
You and your divinity cannot end me! And these dark tide shams. Today, you face your reckoning.
I am the Enlightened One.
Ah, so you're the core of these abominations.
Mocked by fate, whispering poison, a demon revolt.
It's too bad I'm not the one judging. If the Dark Tide's power isn't enough to convince, how about we try this? The envoys declared the guilt, but Imperator is the only true judge. By the light of Imperator, repent!
It's the light of Genesis.
Looks like the judgment is clear. These hollow existences don't need your mercy. Protect the civilization capsule. That's what they're really after.
How are they able to disguise themselves as humans?
I've never heard of any possessing such villainy.
Their fangs are there now. Don't hesitate. Let's end them all.
The one mimicking the fangs is the hat. Take it down, and the rest will collapse.
It's calling in more. We'll need to clear the rubble while waiting for our stop.
That which cometh from the sea shall walk upon the land. It shall work great wonders and mark the flesh of its faithful. All who have ears to hear, let them hear.
Swift and resolute. Hopefully this helps. The hour is upon us.
My compliments. Brilliance lights the way. Glory demands more.
No comments. Come at me.
Ovidius, You have received the blessing of my master. Serve your true divinity.
I shall never back down! Rover, now!
Another dimension. Within the civilization capsule.
Permissions detected, Arbiter. First instance initiated. All probabilistic futures now revealed. Outcome verified. Blueprint compiled. Advancing to... Arbiter. This moment, Arbiter, I grieve to say, time in this place flows me. When I merged with Leviathan, it seized a fragment of my mind, and with I knew not the fullness of its design. As a safeguard, it records the origin and birth of the once. We drafted the first blueprint for these seaborn kin. Now, Arbiter, heed me now. In the beginning, life rose and fell with the tide. The displaced and wandering did follow my guidance. They journeyed unto the archipelago. There, I did leave knowledge and technology, that they might walk the path to freedom.
Your light blesses us.
We follow your will.
To build our republic.
Unity became the bedrock of civilization. But Leviathan seized upon mankind's longing for unity to manifest civilization's shadow. It spoke in my name, wrought false miracles, forged hollow grace, feeding on stagnant, obedient minds.
We are blessed by the sea.
By you, we are unified. By you, we are born. From the sea we came, and to the sea we shall return.
From the founding of civilization, it had invaded their spirit and beliefs. I rose against it, only to unleash the dark tide. It scarred Renacita beyond measure. I began to question all I had done. The Threnodian did steer Renacita's fate. And I too once guided Renacita's course. In truth, we were no different. We both sought to mold civilization after our own will. Those who truly walked the land were never granted the right to choose. civilizations abound with Trinodians. No eternal solution doth exist. Have I the right to choose their fate? The shaping of a civilization must belong to its people. Only the people can decide where their future must lead. What followed, thou already knowest. I allowed the Trinodian to exist. I chose coexistence, using myself to shackle it. I partook once. I did seek thy counsel. Thou granted me the freedom to choose.
I just have one question.
When Leviathan and I were one, I split a sliver of its frequency. The capsule was ever meant for thy hands. My design was that it should open only in the presence of thou and the resonator, bearing...
What if...
If that came to pass, then Rina... But if she standeth with humanity, then the Leviathan was born from the dark side of mankind's longing for unity. Their fear of the sea, even at civilization's dawn, it had already... The opening of the capsule shall stir the Rinacetans' oldest memories. If the Rinacetans wouldst walk a path free of divinity, they must face their past, Arbiter. The hour of farewell, when the shadows of the soul are at last dispelled, Rinaceta shall welcome a true dawn, and humanity shall have a future beyond any I could foresee.
The true faithful believed in Imperator. So too did Imperator believe in humanity.
You killed the Blessed Maiden before my eyes. Raguna's disasters are tied to your actions. Now, tell me what I need to know.
If I told you I acted to save Cartethia, would you believe? This place is protected by Imperator. For now...
Righteous One, trust her. And trust me.
That is her frequency.
I need you to accept this. Cartethia is dead, but she may still return.
Kill Leviathan?
Now, Leviathan is... It stole some of the Sentinel's power. During your battle with the Blessed Maiden, it split off a trace of its frequency and hit... That gem ended up in the Fraxidus' hands. Their whole play in Rinaceta. Use it to bring back Leviathan.
So the Fraxidus has been incubating the Thenodian.
Perhaps longer than we can imagine. Even your clash with Cartethia...
You know about that? Just who are you?
Think of me as what I am. An Avenger hunting Leviathan. The next harbinger of the Dark Tide has surfaced. Until we can find him or her, we keep this quiet. Our first priority is to find them.
You're saying this Harbinger is behind all the Dark Tide creation?
Not all. The Harbinger resonates with Rinaceta's darkest emotions. If the emotion is strong enough and the Harbinger is near, those things evolve. You've noticed it. The Tide spawn in Raguna are starting to mimic us. Which means... Exactly. I've always... They've been watching you. They want the civilization capsule. So, I followed you. tracked your movements. The capsule only unlocks with both the Sentinel and Trinodian's power. And it
You think it's Avidius?
Caution is a virtue in a hunter. You're right. The dark tide is in me. But Leviathan stopped counting me among the living a long time ago. And this power, it's mine. Who I turn it against is my choice. You're welcome to try and stop me. But me? When calamity strikes, I trust you'll know exactly where to point your blade. Good. Then hunt with me. Until we give Leviathan a death. The Sentinel's frequency is gone. I guess.
These things, they're all tide spawn.
The civilization capsule was tainted by the dark tide. That's how I got in. Followed the corruption straight through.
Into the dark tide. No wonder we couldn't find you.
Yes, but the frequencies there are chaotic. I locked onto yours and followed it through the storm. You have access to core data. But Avidius, he might have been swept into the frequency vortex. Hard to say where he's landed. We need to move fast, Hansen. Figure out who he really is before the next wave of tide spawn hits. The exit is at the end of this wind trail. Stay on it. Collapse is accelerating. Our way out is closing fast. Faster! We're almost there!
Rover. Good. Looks like you haven't run into too much trouble. It hasn't been long since you disappeared into the rift. Once that...
That was the last one. With the family's private Echo arsenal backing us up.
Surely you didn't think we'd fall apart without you? We Aragonese are made of stone.
This Phalian Beringal. When the core... I'd set up order terminals around the perimeter, though. They'll detect humanoid mimics and prevent new tide spawn from forming here.
Might I ask?
Where's that gladiator?
Seravidius made it out of the rift before you. But he didn't look great. Kept muttering about needing to stop the crisis.
Give me your hand. I left a mark on Avidius during our fight earlier. With Baelor's power, I can tap into his sight. We'll find his trail.
Silence, you maddening whispers! No, there must be something left.
I won't let the same tragedy happen twice.
He's headed for Thessalio Fells.
We've lost contact with Cantarella. The beacon on her end appears to have been...
Dark clouds are gathering over Thessalio Fells. Something is definitely wrong.
Very well. We'll hold the line. Zani, call in the family's transport echoes. We'll assist...
Don't complicate things. Put those echoes towards supply runs instead. Stay close. We're taking the sky route.
Manipulating the air to form a wind trail. Is that your resonance ability?
One of them. I have the tacit discord harpier within me.
Not an echo, but a tacit discord itself. So you can absorb them directly.
You can say that. Valor is one of many.
One of many. Now I'm really curious about you and your abilities.
If we live through this, maybe I'll tell you. But right now...
We need to find the Harbinger. Do you know how we can identify them?
First things first, they'll be corrupted by the dark tide. But the signs aren't always so visible. We'll have to look for associated side effects, and prepare for what they might bring. We've entered Thessalio Fells. I can already sense the tide spawn up ahead.
That's a Thessalia member. We need to help him. Leave it to me.
Oh, it's Rover. I think the Sentinel.
What happened here?
Dark tide creation swarmed without warning. We're overrun before we could...
Move aside.
Thank you. Lady Cantarella is still on the front lines fighting. Would you please help to reinforce her position?
It's too late, my lady. I only beg. I see it. The end times. Paradise. Descending at last.
Rover. Huh? She...
The Thessalia bloodline's ties with Leviathan run too deep. Their ancient fears were the first to be awakened. This is the true horror of the evolved dark tide. It feeds on human despair, warping that frequency. Your family's antidote can still cure those lightly infected. But for those whose corruption, all we can offer is the dignity of dark.
My lady.
Matriarch of Thessalia. I understand the cruelty of such a choice.
Thessalia blood must be ended by Thessalia hands.
Thank you. May glory return to the Thessalians.
the dead rest. Cartathea remains. It was loved.
It's very likely Avidius.
That Septimontian gladiator. Our scouts saw him
Lady Cantarella! Rover! Reinforcements have The Salio Fells. It's already...
Oh. Acolyte Phoebe! A cluster of tides...
Rover, Avidius is our mission.
I'll use my forte to defuse the family's antidote. It should help to mitigate the dark tide.
We'll triage the wounded and fortify this position. The Order's acolytes will clear a path for you.
Whether the Sentinel comes or not.
O light of Genesis, shield us! As we were at the dawn, so we stand today, as the Sentinel soldiers.
The Order's acolytes are holding off the other tide spawn. This is our chance to go straight for the source.